Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Is there anything that says summer quite like a towering stalk of corn swaying in the breeze? For thousands of years, this amazing plant, also known as maize, has been a cornerstone of civilizations. Today, I'm going to show you how you can bring that incredible legacy right into your own backyard. Growing corn is surprisingly simple and deeply rewarding, connecting you to the rhythm of the seasons. So, grab your gardening gloves and let's get started on this journey from a tiny seed to a delicious sun-ripened harvest. First things first, let's talk about choosing the right corn for you. You've got options. There's sweet corn, perfect for eating fresh off the cob. Then you have flint and dent corn, which are ideal for grinding into cornmeal or flour. And of course, who can forget popcorn for the ultimate homegrown movie night snack? For most home gardeners, sweet corn is the way to go because of its tender, sugary kernels. When you're picking out seeds, look at the packet for the days to maturity. This little number is key to planning your planting time perfectly for your local climate. All right, now that you've got your seeds, let's find the perfect spot. Corn is a sun worshipper, so you'll need a location that gets at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight a day. It's also a heavy feeder, meaning it loves rich, well-drained soil. Before you plant, take some time to loosen up the ground and mix in some good quality compost or aged manure. This will give your corn the nutrient-rich foundation it needs to thrive. Wait until all danger of frost has passed and the soil has warmed up to at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 Celsius. A cold start can really stunt its growth. Now, for a pro tip that many beginners miss. Corn is pollinated by the wind, not by bees or other insects. This means planting it in a single long row is a common mistake. Instead, you want to plant your corn in a block or a square pattern. A block of at least 4 rows by 4 rows is ideal. This setup allows the wind to effectively carry the pollen from the tassels at the top of the stalks to the silks on the developing ears below. When planting, make your rows about 30 inches apart. So the seeds about 1 inch deep and space them roughly 8 to 10 inches apart within the row. This block formation is your secret weapon for getting full, beautifully formed ears of corn. Once your seeds are in the ground, your main job is to keep them happy with consistent moisture. The soil should be kept moist, but be careful not to make it waterlogged or soggy. This is especially crucial during hot, dry spells and when the ears themselves are starting to form. A great way to help with this is to add a layer of mulch, like straw or wood chips, around the base of the plants. Mulch is fantastic because it helps lock in that precious soil moisture and also suppresses weeds, which would otherwise compete with your corn for water and nutrients. As your corn shoots up, you'll notice it has a beautiful, lush green color. That's a sign of good nitrogen levels in the soil. To keep them looking that way and growing strong, you can give them a little boost with some compost tea or a balanced organic fertilizer partway through the growing season. You might also spot some small side shoots, often called suckers, growing near the base of the main stalk. Don't worry about these. You can just leave them alone. They generally don't impact the plant's health or the size of your main ears. Now for the magical part, pollination. You'll know it's happening when you see the golden, feathery tassels emerge from the very top of the stalks. These tassels produce the pollen. Shortly after, you'll see the silkstow's fine, silky threads emerge from the tips of the developing ears. Here, as a cool fact, every single one of those silky strands is attached to a potential kernel. For a full cob, every silk needs to be pollinated. The wind does most of the work, but you can give it a little help by gently shaking the stalks on a calm day to help release and distribute the pollen. About 3 weeks after the silks first appear, it's time to check if your corn is ready for harvest. The anticipation is the best part. To check for ripeness, carefully peel back a small section of the husk on an ear and press your thumbnail into one of the kernels. If a milky white liquid squirts out, it's perfect. The corn is at its peak sweetness and ready to be picked. If the liquid is clear, it needs a little more time. If it's thick and pasty, you've waited a bit too long. Harvesting is simple. Just hold the stalk with one hand and, with the other, grab the ear and give it a firm downward twist and pull. And there you have it, your very own homegrown ear of corn. The flavor of corn eaten just minutes after being picked is unbelievably sweet and something you'll never forget. Growing corn is more than just a gardening project. It's a beautiful lesson in patience and a partnership with nature. That first bite of sun-warmed, fresh corn makes all the effort completely worthwhile. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this inspires you to plant a little patch of gold in your own garden. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more gardening tips and tricks. Happy growing, and I'll see you in the next video.